going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. It is that time of the week once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna be breaking down the newest tracks that have dropped this weekend and singles of the week. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on them and I'm gonna give them an official rating. Be sure to check them out for yourselves. They are all linked in the description down below. Let's get right into it. All right, we're gonna begin with this new baby Tate, and it is called Jersey. So this track felt really in your face with the shakers, I might really point out right there. She's really trying out this R&B style again that I thought wasn't overall that bad. I thought the singing for her half was pretty good, you know, a little bit basic, but you know, a little bit rushed. I feel like we didn't really build enough tension, like give it that time enough to really give it that much of a thrill up into the chorus well enough. Still isn't a terrible song though, so you should check it out for yourself. All right, and then we got Royal Blood out with the track Shiner in the Dark. I'm not really crazy for Royal Blood. They got a really big fan base. It's not one that I'm particularly a huge fan of. I don't really think their material stands out as other people say. I can somewhat see the appeal, especially with this song in particular. I feel like it's almost like they're going Portugal the Man, but it's like heavy with distorted guitars that sound sharp enough, but it's like, it's just so generic at the same time. Even though it's well polished, like, I don't know, I'm not a fan. Then we got Cheekface with the track Plastic. It's just so funny how this band can always be so vastly tongue-in-cheek, and it should really be annoying at a certain take, but it really is funny. I don't know, they really do well making it very humorous for the way is they're recycling, it's sorted. It's so stupid, but I like it. It's just a ridiculous yet fun song to play, and I think like the background and the chorus really comes off very cute and playful. I think overall the song's pretty cool. All right, and then we got RL Grime with the track Around Me. It's been a while since I've been playing some RL, man. I haven't really heard anything from him in a while. Apparently he has been dropping some new tracks this year. I guess it just flew right over my head, but yeah, but he's still really bringing on the juice. This is quite the rager, I might say, using immersion with some house and down tempo, really just pumping in the jams on here, keeping the momentum flushed, and I think this is a pretty good one. I think EDM fans will dig it. And then we got Ichiko Aoba with the track Meringue Doll, and my goodness, is this just a heavenly track, a delightful traditional pop, baroque pop tune in Japanese. Her vocals give off this fluffy texture to it, sounding like she's floating above the clouds, accompanied by glimmering string passages. It's just a jaw dropper. It's obsessively beautiful with the violence or the finish as well. I really feel they stand out. Bravo. And then we got Tiësto coming out with quite the combination with 21 Savage and BIA on the track Both. I thought this shit thumped. Like, it really surprised me with the finish on here. It's a very safe track, sure, but I really loved BIA on here. I thought the beat smacked pretty hard. 21, he feels a little bit out of place, I will say that, but I think overall he did well enough to really just kind of just let the good overpower the bad on here, and I think this is a pretty good one from Tiësto. I think this can really get shit pumping. And then how about another cool collab from Camilo and Diljit Dosanjh on Palpita. Latino meets Punjabi, and it is just an explosion of excitement. It is awesome to hear these two combine with each other, you know, because like what I do think about the track itself is that the production isn't really flawless by any means. The automation is a bit rough at times. I think overall this did really diminish the good parts of this track. I feel like some of the hi-hats were a bit rough on the edges too, but crazy dope chemistry between these two. I thought it was definitely there. The jilt sound amazing on here. Camilo did a good job as well. I was just a little bit annoyed with the instrumentation surrounding him. It was just way too overpowering. Like, it didn't encompass him well enough to the point where it was supportive. It was just overbearing, and I don't know. I feel like they should have just gave it a little bit more of a low mix and let these two just shine on their own, because they did shine. Overall, I think the track is still decent. All right, and then Death's Dynamic Shroud is out with the track What to Be Human. These guys just don't ever make a bad song. They are very peculiar with the recordings and just so damn random with the shit that they incorporate in the sound samples and like in their experimental electronic progressions. Awesome sampling from Christina Perri's Human, the chimes, the bells, the xylophones. Just a very organic instrumental piece on here that they really did well of just like fleshing out, switching things out, giving it variance, and just making it feel like this is kind of organically whole in a way. It's just a great contrast between sample, synthesizer, and instrumental. It's a fantastic piece of art from Death's Dynamic Shroud. And then the next one is going to come from Hemlock Ernst, Keech, and Billy Woods on the track Inherent My Speech. epic entry. Really, really big grand opening, I might say. The vocals aren't as in your face as they should feel, because they kind of just really feel off with these two verses. In the beginning, like, height just felt a little bit blurry to me. Like, I'm a big hip-hop Harry guy. I know I'm sounding like that right now, but I'm liking the chops on the samples. I will say that. And the beat switch up was pretty dope. I thought that was like the biggest highlight of the entire song. I really thought that Billy went in. Like, he really went in on this verse. You know, if the vocals for Height were as crispy as they were for Billy's, I think this would have been a perfect song, but I would still check it out. I still think it's good. All right, then how about Coi Leray with the track Isabel Marant? Try to do a little bit of a Yeats inspired Playboi Carti style approach, which I don't think is terrible. It's not really that original. I think that if you're gonna really try this out, try to have some flair into it. There's not really anything new or unique to make this feel like it's also a Coi Leray track. I still think it's a good attempt. I still think it's a fun song to play. And I do want her to see her like dive into more influences that are not so much like relatable to her current niche in hip hop. But I don't know. I feel like the track itself, because of what it's doing, it's just kind of a copycat track, so at that point I kind of had to give it the red. And how about Paris Paloma on the track As Good a Reason? I thought this song was marvelous. So really great soft rock with hints of Americana on this song. It's just a really good overall indie folk rock song. I felt I was really fully engaged throughout the entire listen. Singing is absolutely beautiful. This is getting very exciting for fall season. I think this is a perfect track for that. Flannels, cold weather, jeans, I'm here for it. And then we got Nevmore and Benny the Butcher with the track Bricked Up. I thought this was pretty pleasant. It's very up my alley with hip-hop music as well. I was digging Nevmore. I never heard of Nevmore before this track. Pretty direct and goofy with his lyrics. He's saying some pretty out-of-pocket shit. It's pretty funny though. And Benny Destroyed. I just wish that there was more care to the mix, because there's a lot of popping and ducking issues on here. Other than that, it's a good song. And then we got the Heavy with the track Blood and Fire, going in with some reggae swings that are actually quite nice. It's a really nice change of pace for the band. They do some really cool psych transitions and effects on here that I thought were very notable and very fresh and creative. This is a really good one on their behalf. I wouldn't expect them to really come out with a track like this, so pretty happy with it. And then we got Korean pop artist BIBI with the track Hangang Gongwon, a very, very sweet and luscious K-pop song. Not necessarily your typical K-pop song, but it's technically a K-pop artist in a way, so I mean, yeah, you could call it that, I guess. With this track, it features some really cool slick back guitar, some soothing vocal harmonies, just a great singing exercise from BIBI. I thought that she came up with a great performance, and it's not far off from any other ballad that you really hear. I mean, it's pretty, I wouldn't say it's generic, I could say it's basic, but there's still a bit of a touch in there that because of BIBI, of really going about with her vocalizations, I feel like we are hearing a BIBI song. So it's a little bit farther from that. I overall think it's a decent track. All right, and then we got rapper Lukah with the track A Colored Night, giving us a very interesting tale about discrimination, dealing with being profiled by a store clerk, by the police, being followed by the police in a certain scenario in one night, over some pretty mild, dark hip-hop beats powered through mostly bass lines. I like the storytelling ability, I really do. I thought it was really cool. But it would have been really dope to see this flourish a little bit more farther musically. I think it would have been a much better experience, but no, overall it's fine. And then we got Teezo Touchdown with the track You Thought featuring Janelle Monáe. This is a very, very shocking song. I would have never thought that these two would even hit a track together. It's a very odd fusion, but I thought it really worked. I thought Janelle Monáe slapped hard on here. Creatively, this really explores a different side of Teezo, starting with a more direct in-your-face hip-hop rhythm in the beginning, and then switching it off completely into an R&B fuse that is pretty palpable. Autotune is certainly brought heavily into the track. Yes, it is. It is kind of overused in a way. I think it's just a little bit too rough around the edges, but I love to see this from an artist like Teezo. It's certainly something that I hope that he gets a little bit more farther into exploring different sounds, so we'll see. All right, then, yeah, we got Manskin with the track Honey, Are You Coming? Wow, you really couldn't get any more generic than this shit. This is getting tossed in the trash, absolutely. All right, then we got Lil Wayne with the track Cat Food. So when everything is laid down on the table, it comes out pretty exciting. It upholds some hype. It does. There's some really good flow from Lil Wayne. He's a veteran. Not really a big surprise in my opinion. But Lil Wayne isn't tight in the instrumental at times. I feel like the song could have been a lot shorter as well. The last act just doesn't really need to be here in my opinion. I'll be fair and I'll say that I think overall the wordplay was good enough with some of the production quality. because I think those are probably the best factors in here, but I don't know. I would say it's a yellow. Then we got Nicki Minaj dropping a new track called Last Time I Saw You. So this is really great fan service. This really brings back some great reminders of Pink Friday, and I think it will definitely thrill longtime fans, and especially in that nostalgia feel. Me personally, I thought the song was fine. I thought it was okay. Melodically, it's pleasing. It's cool to see Nicki go with this main focus while still rapping, and I think the beat itself, it's not insane. That's kind of the thing that didn't necessarily win me over. The entire finish of the track and the result of it is just kind of just standard, I'd say. Not bad though. Alright, and then the track that I chose to react to for this week's reaction video is going to come from Doja Cat's Demons. Be sure to go check out that video at the very end of this one. It will be linked at the very end. Please watch that. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to give you my official rating on here. I'm going to give it the yellow. Be sure to go check out why. And then we're going to end off with this weekend's winner, the song of the week. And I chose EARTHGANG Spillage Village's new song, Die Today. I fucking love this song. I will say it was really close between this and Death Dynamic Shroud's newest song, but I love this one. I think it really does take the cake. I love these like blipping FXs simmering in the background. It really did thrill me. It caught me off guard so quickly. There's this marvelous contrast between the melodics and the chord progressions and whole. I mean, come on, like this chorus is so delicious. It's so good. This song is so potently delicious and fresh, and I think it just stands out competing all of them. It really does. I love this song, and it is the best track of the week. And that is it for this week's Singles of the Week, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go on to like, share, and comment down below of what you thought of these tracks. Do not forget to check them out for yourselves. They're all linked in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Deuces.